Good day, everyone, and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. I'm so happy to be back with you live after a few weeks of traveling. I was traveling, working, visiting. It was a really beautiful time these last few weeks, and it's always great to come back. Yeah, to come back home. So today I would like to share with you an experience that this community has been incorporating into their lives at this time of year when we're moving towards spring, the spring season here in the Northern Hemisphere, for many years now. And this practice comes directly from Don Miguel Ruiz's lineage, and I'm sure you know he is the author of the Four Agreements and many other Toltec books. And I learned it from him in the early 90s, and I've passed it on over the years to many of you. And so today I wanted to talk about that and offer it out to those of you that perhaps are not familiar with this practice. It's a really beautiful and helpful practice that brings us into more balance into our day-to-day lives. So let's start right there. Do you feel balanced in your life? You can comment yes or no. Do you feel balanced in your life? Do you feel balance between your physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual self? You could answer that in the comments if you like, yes or no. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me, where spiritual seekers learn shamanic practices and tools to manifest the life of their dreams by freeing themselves from old, worn-out beliefs and ways of being. Please say hello in the comments if you're here live with me, or if you are on the replay. I love knowing you're here. Hello, Irene. Great to have you here. I am Liz Forrest. I'm a master shamanic teacher of over 25 years, sharing Toltec wisdom in classes and workshops and journeys, empowering many students with practices of awareness and transformation. Hey, Kim. How great to have you here. Thanks for joining. So the practice I'm going to share with you today is called the Emotional Physical Cleanse Fast. Okay, so let me say right here so you don't leave my show. It's not the kind of fast where you don't eat. It's not that kind of fast. So stay with me to learn more. The goal of food fasting in this practice is to see what you eat, how you eat, and how mindful you are when you are eating. So do you sit down and eat your breakfast or lunch, or do you eat on the run? Which one's you? You can answer that in the chat if you would like to. Do you sit down and take time with your breakfast or lunch? Could be dinner too. Or do you eat, in your car or with a sandwich in your hand as you're going out the door? In this practice, you also become aware of the habits of eating certain things or drinking certain things or whatever your habit might be, that you go to when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling upset. So you become aware of that. So perhaps for you, might be sugar that you go to when you're feeling a little stressed out, a little pressure. Maybe you go for a glass of wine or other kinds of alcohol or other things, French fries. Yeah. You become aware through this practice and you refrain. You refrain from your go-to habits of ingesting things that, are not the best for your health in that moment or maybe any moment. And also when you are eating your meals, you go slow. You go slow, you enjoy your food. Another part of the practice. So that's about the more physical level, the food part of this experience. So emotional fasting, let's talk about that. Emotional fasting is a time of tremendous awareness. It's a time of reflection where you're watching yourself and your emotions as they arise. So for example, you feel an emotion arise You don't stuff it down or distract yourself, like we said just a couple minutes ago, by eating something. You're aware that it's there. You stay with it. You stay in the moment with how you're feeling, 100%. If you're upset, you feel like crying, then have a cry. Yeah, if you're feeling something else, release that. Allow the feeling to wash over you. Okay, but here's another piece that's really important. But you don't allow the emotion to take you over. Yeah, you feel the emotion, you express, you allow it to wash over you fully. Yeah, and you also don't allow it to then rule your day or your evening. You be with your feelings with awareness and also respect. Yeah, respecting the information that you're receiving from your emotional body. Another really beautiful part of this practice time is it's a time to learn to love yourself more. Really, that's what we're talking about here, people. Learning how to love yourself more. So for instance, when you shower or bathe, you visualize your body as though you are washing maybe a deity or a saint that you resonate with, or even a newborn baby. Again, what's happening when you're in the shower? Are you in a huge hurry and you're hardly even aware that you're in your body? This is another way to bring awareness to yourself and bring yourself more into balance. So you treat this amazing physical body that you're traveling around in with complete care and love as you are showering, as you're bathing, as you're taking care of your physical body. The next part is when you look at yourself in the mirror, you have eye contact with yourself and you bow to yourself. And you do this every time you look in the mirror. You make sure your eyes have direct eye contact with your reflection in the mirror. And you take a bow. This is how we develop connection to our own divinity within ourselves, which we all carry. Those of you that have been following these practices or studying with other Toltec teachers or me know that one of the big teachings is that we are having a human experience and an experience of divinity at the same time. Yeah, at the same time. Simultaneously, we're walking through this life as humans, and also connected to divinity, ours and the greater than. So when we honor ourselves in that way, every time we see ourselves in the mirror and bow, we're developing our own sense of divinity, connecting with spirit. Yeah, in a stronger way. And then another piece that we do in this practice is at night we sit in silence for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe longer in a meditation. We sit quietly and just be aware of breath going in, going out, letting the thoughts pass, staying with your breath, being still, quiet, silent, staying with your breath. And then if you feel comfortable, offering a prayer, offering a silent prayer for your life, for your family, for having a home to live in, food to eat, safety, whatever you may feel gratitude for. Yeah, as you sit in silence. In the evening, every evening, I'm going to tell you the timeline on this in a minute. And other students of mine in the past have added other disciplines to their cleanse time, such as limiting the use of their devices, maybe tech-free Sundays or tech-free after 5. One of the young women in one of my classes went makeup-free for the time of the cleanse. So cultivating the opportunity to stop doing things that we feel has a hold on us, whatever that is. Yeah, refraining from Netflix during the week. I don't know, you decide. What is it that you feel has a hold on you? Kind of dictating where your time is. Yeah, or other ways that we bring different habits into our day-to-day that we don't maybe feel like giving so much energy to. We want to try something else. So that's another suggestion, that if you want to refrain from things that you feel has a little hold on you, or maybe a big hold on you, this is a great time. If you choose to join us in this process, be aware and gentle with yourself. Okay, it's not a time to give yourself a hard time about anything, because you're making changes. If you're doing this kind of discipline, you're making changes in your day-to-day normal behaviors, perhaps. And so it's really important to be gentle with yourself. It's a powerful time. And so how to start is to set your intent to follow through and complete the practice, which completes on March 31st, which is Easter Sunday. That's about 34 days from now. And you'll be doing this process with many people who are sharing the same intent, not only my students, students with other teachers of this path, big community across different countries do this practice. So you're sharing this time with them with a strong intent. So you have your own support, and then you have the support of the community, the broader community. And don't forget to enjoy it. It's a really powerful and beautiful experience. So let's have a short review. Mindful of the food you're eating and refraining from harmful food habits. Feeling and expressing your emotions fully and allowing them to wash over you. Treating yourself with reverence as you bathe. Eye contact in the mirror and a bow to your own divinity. Sitting in meditation in the evenings, even for just a few minutes, to get still and quiet, to connect more deeply with your whole self. So I'd love to know if you're interested in doing this. You can answer me in the chat. You're watching the replay. Let me know if you're going to join us and how this feels for you to embark on something that might be a little different than your normal, regular day-to-day. Yeah. I also want to share that my 3-month awakening, a mastery of empowerment, has begun. We started last Friday with a very intimate and beautiful group of people. This condensed launch into the Toltec teachings has been so inspiring in the healing and changes people have experienced in their lives in just 3 short months that I decided to offer it again. And it's an experience of the Toltec teachings that will broaden your perceptions of yourself and set you on a path of releasing the old to make space for the new that you're wanting to create in your life. So you'll learn practices like learning how to stalk your energy lines, which is a really powerful shamanic practice that comes from the Toltec lineage. Reclaiming your energy and releasing others' energies that you're carrying around with you, maybe not even realizing that you're doing that. You receive tools and practices to elevate your own awareness and how to shift yourself out of your judgment of yourself and then victimizing yourself with those judgments. You identify and disengage from lifelong belief systems that no longer serve you. Yeah, and we bring in the 4 agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz to have them as kind of guideposts along the way. And of course, you'll be part of a big, like-spirited, like-hearted community that supports each other. So if this interests you, the Awakening course or the practice that I passed on to you today, you can contact me for a complimentary Zoom session. I'll put my email address in the comments. If you're interested in knowing more about anything, I would really love to meet you. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week here in Toltec Teachings with Liz Forrest for another Transformation Tuesday. And don't forget to click on the email address to book your session with me. It's a complimentary session where we get to know each other a little better, and I answer any questions you may have about any of my offerings. So remember, it's totally possible to free yourself from your past and create the life of your dreams today, in the present. Yeah, so enjoy your day. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of love to you, and I will see you soon.